Hello, my loves. Welcome back to Third Eye Exchange. Today, we have some very special messages that Spirit wanted to bring through. Just a quick little rundown. I just been feeling like a huge shift is abound. So I'm like, we definitely need to go over this. We need to see like what's about to shift for everybody, like kind of what their new era is gonna look like, maybe even what we're coming out of, and like whatever Spirit wants to bring through. I'm kind of setting the intention of like, let Spirit like keep it open. So we will see. I did not cherry pick the cards, but I did shuffle all my oracle decks and one of my tarot decks, and have cards fly out for us for later. And then I'm going to be using the Happy Halloween Tarot. I've been just so called to use this deck recently. I love it. I just got it last Halloween and I feel like I didn't get enough time with it, so there's no time like the present. All right. I will see you in your pile. Hello, my loves. Welcome to A Huge Shift is Coming. Today we're just gonna pick pile 1, pile 2, pile 3, and pile 4. So whatever you feel most drawn to. Remember, this is a timeless reading, so whenever you're watching it, it'll be meant for you. And do whatever you need to get centered, pause the video, take a few deep breaths, meditate, whatever, and I'll see you in your pile. Pile 1, welcome to your reading. Let's see what huge shift is coming for you. Spirit taught me into pile 1. Okay, you know that song? Ooh, baby, do you know it? That's where, ooh, heaven is a place on earth. I just like randomly started hearing that. By the way, guys, I don't know why I'm telling you this, but my clairaudience has like been something serious lately. Like in a good way, like it's just skyrocketed. So interested. Take notes. Maybe make a playlist if you get enough songs for your your huge shifts. Okay, Spirit. Please tap me into pile 1. Tap me into pile 1. Tell me about their huge shift that's coming. Oh God, okay. Okay. Oh, we're missing one. Okay, one more. Okay. We have 8 of Pentacles reversed at the back of the deck. Okay. Just based on the song, I'll get into the cards in a second. Just based on the song that was coming through, I feel like, I don't know if it's like it's like maybe vacation energy, but it's in the way of like, not necessarily, you might not even be going anywhere, but it's just like a lot more fun, like less like busting your ass, like less breaking your back, you know, like in the annoying way. Let's see. What is shifting for pile 1? Give me 1 second. Okay, I love this. So basically, like, I feel like you were going through a period for a while of, like, you knew inherently, like, what you needed to do to move forward. I want to say, like, for, like, a creative project or, like, a business or, like, I don't know if it's, like, content, like, creative work, something like that. But I feel like for a long time, it could also just be, like, starting something new, but the aforementioned is really what I'm getting. I feel like you were just, like, focusing on the wrong things. Like, you were focusing on, like, you were like dwelling, that's what it is. Not even like focusing on the wrong things. It's like, I think you always, like, you're very intuitive, like, you know what you need to do. It's just like the the execution is what is lacking sometimes. And I feel like you're really coming out of that, because I feel like you were in a disempowered state for a long time. And that could just be like karma, honestly. It could be like solar plexus. That's what it is. You were moving through solar plexus blockages. And maybe it was like when I said karmic, it was like people, I almost want to say people from your past, like, kind of instilled or projected these, like, limiting beliefs on you. And I feel like, you know, probably from a young age could be your parents or, like, your whoever your caretakers were, like, maybe they had that, like, within themselves, instilled within themselves, so they also passed that on to you for a while. But I feel like you like to think outside the box, so it's like, we're not having none of that anymore, you know? Which I'm loving that. Oh, I need to have more water. It's so hot out here. I just heard sitting pretty. They're gonna be sitting pretty. So, wow. Also, like, I can't, okay, like, quick story time. So I just posted a clip. There's a short up, and I posted on my other social media accounts of, like, the spiritual meaning of spiders, because I had a download, like, to share with you guys. And I laughed when I first turned over the back of the deck, because what do you know, a big fat spider. So I also feel like you were probably feeling, like, uninspired, just, like, nothing was moving. And this energy is really moving forward for you. But I also feel like it's because whatever lessons and, like, yeah, whatever lessons that you needed to learn in this cycle that's ending, you've moved through them with flying colors, and, like, you really have done a good job. I think you've also shifted, like I said, it definitely self-confidence. Like, there's a big theme of, like, self-confidence. This is literally the, like, usually it depends on, like, how spirit gives it to me, but usually the end of the spread would be, like, the more current energy. And this is the only yellow background, like, the only card in this spread that has a yellow background, which is, like, solar plexus, creativity, self-esteem, confidence. I'm thinking of, like, citrine, which is, like, good for business owners. Maybe get yourself some yellow citrine right now. I sell them in my online shop. So, yeah. Okay. Very cool. I do feel like you feel like this was taking forever, definitely, because I do feel like there almost felt like there was, like, a delay here, or, like, stagnancy, or like moving through sludge for a while. Yeah, like, and you kept wondering, like, why isn't this working? Why isn't this working? Actually, that's a good question. Okay. The reason why, yeah, we were overcoming a lack mindset, and also, like, I feel like with that, it was like a need to control things too much, a need to, like, hold on too tightly to, I want to say outcomes, but also just like needing to have control. But this is like a trauma response, and you've, like I said, you've really been working through this, and like I think you have been doing an amazing job. I will say this, like, this is not the energy of, like, your stuff's gonna blow up overnight. Like, I just want to be, like, transparent about that. This isn't that, but this is, like, you're gonna finally see movement that's, like, apparent. Like, after feeling for so long like nothing's working, like, I think you're gonna get to the point, if you haven't already or aren't in this energy right now, of, like, F it, like, it is what it is, like, I'm just gonna do whatever, and, like, if it works, it doesn't, and you know what I mean, so be it. But, like, I can't do things, like, from the place that, or look at things from the place that I've been looking at things, or, like, approach things from the place that I've been approaching them. Like, this isn't working. Like, I need to step it up. And I definitely think, because we have the Knight of Pentacles towards the end, and then we have the Page of Pentacles. So we're moving forward, and you will see a shift in your finances. And if you are a business owner or you do make content, you're gonna see movement in, like, monetary gains tied to that. Very nice pile one. I love this energy. Page of Cups. Oh, I don't think I told you guys. Okay, so in the spread, if you want, we have the Hierophant, the Ace of Wands reversed, the Lovers reversed. I might have said this already, but sorry. Four of Cups, Queen of Pentacles reversed, Death reversed, Knight of Pentacles, and the Page of Pentacles. Okay, I think I did say it. Okay, Page of Cups, King of Swords. This is, I'll get into it. This is perfect. This is, like, I just saw 1111. This is, King of Swords energy is about discipline. Discipline, baby. Discipline. And I feel like, yeah, that's exactly what this is for you. Like, stepping into that energy of, like, getting shit done. Retreat. It's time to disconnect from the world. Like, I feel like, yeah, you could be going into hermit mode, but only for the sake of, like, getting I want to say reconnected with your inner world, and, like, standing 10 toes down on business. Virgo energy. I just said the Hermit. I literally just said the Hermit. This is all like Virgo energy. You could have a North Node of Virgo. You could be a Virgo. You could be meeting a mentor who's a Virgo. Elves, playfulness. And I will say, I think, you know, with letting go of, like, the rigidity of the control that you felt like you needed. You also might never have had, like, a stable place. Like, you might not have had a stable upbringing. I'm almost hearing, like, moving too much growing up, or, like, yeah, like, you moved around too much. You're never in one place long enough. Or, like, maybe you grew up poor. The Cyborg. I will accept my emotions, not be defined by them. I also think you're coming, because King of Swords is, like, disciplined, but he's disciplined because he's well balanced mentally. I think one of your issues before was, like, your emotions would, like, I almost want to say seep into, like, your mental health, and like you would kind of shut down. There we go, that's what I'm looking for. You would that was the energy. You would shut down when you felt overwhelmed, when you felt like you weren't in control, when you were like, I don't know the outcome of this. Now you're like, F it, I'm going for it. so be it. And you're really putting your best foot forward and like having faith, which is the perfect energy to be in for miracles. Vegetarian. A new way of eating gives you more energy, greater health, clarity, and stronger manifestation abilities. You could be changing the way you eat because we have Virgo digest, which could be digestion. Could be for a long time like you didn't get anything done because you were suffering with like brain fog and like health issues. Yeah. But it could also be like maybe recently you've started shifting this just kind of like intuitively, and things are like you're already experiencing like this new energy, or you will very soon. Ooh, this is interesting. Attacking others is an attack on myself. I choose to release this now. Ooh. I'm not criticizing you, so I hope you don't take it this way, but like I think that your insecurities were so deep rooted at a point where like you projected onto other people as well as like the same way that the people who might have raised you, that I keep coming back to this, might have projected onto you. And I want to say like I'm so sorry that like you were not met with love by the people who should have met you with it. And I think you know by now, or you will very soon, that it's okay to need help. It's okay to feel like you're not where you want to be. And I think when we finally get to the point where we're ready to surrender, like things start to open back up for us because we're ready to receive them. Like you can't catch a blessing if your hands are full, or if you're holding on to something too tightly that doesn't serve you. But yeah, so I do feel like, you know, maybe I'm getting like scorpionic energy here, where it's like sometimes, like the Scorpios, like if they're hurt, water signs I notice do this a lot. Like the shadow energy, it's like they kind of like they'll like attack somebody. Not like it doesn't have to be physically, but just like they'll say things in the heat of the moment that maybe they later regret. You know, I'm not even gonna lie, I was kind of getting the vibe of like internet trolling, like internet bully. So like maybe you used to do that, and maybe you're starting to realize like I should probably like get some friends on my side and not make enemies. And also maybe you've also realized like, you know, that wasn't right that I treated people that way. But like I said, like despite all that, like I do feel like you have done a lot of work and you've come very far. And I feel like I said, like that song I channeled, it's like heaven is a place on earth for you very soon, if you haven't already started seeing this energy start to like recalibrate around you. Very exciting. Very, very exciting, pile one. Well, pile one, there's your big shift. And please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already. And I hope you have an amazing day, morning, afternoon, evening, midnight, whatever it is for you. And I hope to see you next time. Bye. Hello, pile two. Welcome back to Third Eye Exchange. This will be a timeless reading on a huge shift is coming for you. So we're going to kind of tap into maybe the energy that you've been in up until this point, what's shifting, maybe why it's shifting. I'm going to leave it kind of open for spirit to just bring through what they feel like is necessary. I'm hearing that song, I think it's called Partition by Beyonce. I was actually channeling that in my meditation, so I think that's really interesting. I'm going to clear the energy. But that's a very explicit energy. That song is a very explicit song. So I can't help but think maybe one of the things coming to the end is maybe you've been going through a dry spell and not anymore. So we'll see. Also, I did not cherry pick the cards, but I do have tarot cards from the Luna deck and oracle cards here that I pre-shuffled. So we'll look at those after we get into tarot. But Spirit, tell me what huge shift is coming for pile 2. Okay. I already wanted to get into it, but they said put that at the end. Okay. Interesting. Okay. So, oh, okay. I think we're supposed to do this one backwards. Don't know why, but I'm sure it'll make more sense in a little bit. But the cards low-key are flying out. So this one. Oh, perfect. And then 2. We have the Lover. The Lover is at the back of the deck. Okay. It's about to get interesting. And it's hot in here. Also, like, this is about some spicy stuff, because I literally started channeling that song that I went inside to go get water to, like, reset for your pile. And then I put Exo Kitty on for the dogs, and it's that scene. If you haven't seen Exo Kitty, this is a spoiler, so skip past it. But where, like, Mino has that, like, spicy dream about him and Kitty. So I'm like, I literally said to myself, I'm like, oh, this is about to be a spicy pile, because there's no coincidences. Okay. By the way, I don't even listen to Beyonce, so that's how I knew it was real. Okay, we have Queen of Pentacles reversed. We have 6 of Swords reversed. Temperance, the High Priestess. Ace of Swords. I'm very drawn to 6 of Swords, so we'll see. 4 of Pentacles. This was originally upright, but I do feel like, okay, we'll see. Knight of Swords reversed. And then the Hanged, oh no, 8 of Swords reversed. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. You went on a journey. Give me one sec. The Lovers can also speak about, like, alignment within oneself, but I also feel like you were, like, really, I think, struggling with, like, money and, like, your material abundance for a long time, and it was really affecting your mental health. And I feel like you've really been pouring into yourself lately, like, really pouring into yourself, and now it's kind of like you've gotten control of, like, I just feel like you've learned a lot of lessons. Like, you're in this, like, cause the High Priestess to me is, like, you know, like, a position of, like, authority. So, you know, oftentimes, at least I see it that way, like, you're very intuitive, you're very, like, you know yourself, you know what you want, you know what you're not willing to put up with. And I feel like you've also, like, cultured patience within yourself. And I think before you kind of used to just, like, jump into things and then end up kind of shooting yourself in the foot because you didn't stop to think, like, is this right for me? Is this person right for me? Is this, like, does this meet my needs? You know what I mean? And I think for a long time you've just been focusing on, like, your own material worlds. But I do feel, and, like, getting your mental health right too. I do feel like right now you're kind of getting out of a period of feeling like, so weird. Pile 1 was, like, similar, but, like, not when it applies to, like, love necessarily. But 4 of Pentacles, like, to me kind of speaks of, like, a lack mentality. Feeling like you have to, like, hold on to everything. And that could have been, like, with partners too. Like, maybe you stayed too long in situations that, like, didn't serve you because, you know, maybe, like, you struggled with your self-esteem, or you saw, like, your parents or caretakers or people around you do that, and, you know, it was, like, normalized. But now I think you realize, like, you're able to just cut it off. Like, you're able to cut it off at the root. Like, as soon as you see, like, something is not right for you, or it's not serving you, or it's not going to go anywhere, I also feel like saying, depending on what you want, because we have at the last, like, the most recent energy is, like, 8 of Swords reversed. So that's, like, you're untying yourself. Like, you're not the victim of your circumstances. Like, you're no longer, like, partaking in things that, like, you know you can just see your way out of. Alright, let's see what we have here. I want to see what's underneath the Lovers. We have the 9 of Cups reversed. And then we have the Queen of Cups. Yeah, I feel like, I want to say you've, oh, this just fell. I want to say you've, like, really matured, honestly. Like, they want me to show you that. I'm going to show you that. I also feel like you're not putting yourself, ooh, this is another one. You're not putting yourself in third-party situations, because there was an element of that, I feel, in the past. I don't know if it was, like, maybe, you know, like, it could have been accidental, or, like, for some of you, you were just, like, working through some shadow where, like, maybe you felt like if, like, you were validated, like, your worthiness was validated if you were able to take somebody's partner from them. But I think along the way you've realized, like, that's not right. Yeah. Because I don't even feel like that's an issue here. Okay, we have, oh, I love this. We have the Sun. We have the Fool. Oh, yay. I'm so excited. Reconciliation. Someone from your past is returning to your life. It could be someone from a past life. Let me see. Cancer, immerse. This is, like, very reflective and, like, intuitive energy. So let's see. I'll give you a second. Toadstools, growth. Yeah, I told you. Oh, we have 4. We have 4, 4, 4. So that's, like, protection, stability. The Outlaw. I will turn and face the consequences. Ooh. Yeah, you've been dealing with your shit. I'm really proud of you. Like, even if you made some bad choices, I feel like you've been doing really well. Healing, healed, healer. Healing energy surrounds you and this situation. I can't control the world, but I can control how I choose to perceive it. I also think, like, maybe you were running from love. Like, maybe you also would get tied up in these crazy third-party situations in the past. I always want to say this is, like, an old you, but you would get tied up in these situations because you were, like, afraid of love, afraid of being vulnerable, afraid of getting hurt. Yeah. And that doesn't justify it, but, you know, we can still understand why our motivations, or like why we did certain things. And I think it's important too, so when we fully have a better understanding, we can like accept that part of ourselves in order to love that part of ourselves and like be better. I think that's a better way to say it, and be better, so we don't keep hurting ourselves. If we want better. Yeah, but I definitely, so the one thing I'm like, the reconciliation, I'm like, I am like thinking, could also be that you're like reconciling with yourself, but I don't know, like part of me is like, for some of you it might be that someone from the past is coming back and there was like a situation where one of you like did cheat or something. And I don't condone this, by the way. I'm the type of person, when I'm done with them, I'm done with them. That's it. No cheating here. But it could be for some of you that was the case and that this person is coming back. If this person was a terrible person to you, I'm not stamping my approval on that. Like, this is like a very niche situation. Like, or maybe it was like you let like life get in the way. It doesn't even have to be like a person. It could just be like you let life get in the way, and like that broke you guys apart, and this person's coming back, and you've both grown a lot since then. This could be like somebody you knew when you were like younger, or like I want to say 10 years ago. So could be that, but I do feel like there's loyalty here. See the little dog? There's a lot of loyalty here. I do feel like for a lot of you, this is going to be a new partner for sure. Like, that's the majority, because we have the Fool, which is like a new beginning. A brand new beginning. So yeah, that's really exciting. Like, I feel like you've been working really hard to get to this point, and like you deserve to be happy, and you deserve to be in a relationship that's good for you. Queen of Cups, like, that's really good. And Five of Cups is reversed. It's always great to see that. Like, you're no longer like dwelling on the past. You're ready to move forward. I love to see it. All right, pile 2. Sorry the message wasn't like super long, but I'm really excited for you. Don't forget to leave me a like, comment down below. Let me know what happens. I'd love to know how this plays out. And also, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. And I hope you have a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, whenever and wherever you're watching. And I will see you in the next one. I love you. Bye. Hi, pile 3. Welcome to your reading on basically what huge shift is coming. For you. I'm going to keep it open with spirit, but I am going to set the intention for them to maybe talk about kind of where you've been, and then kind of how you're graduating. I do want to say, you got several songs, or at least, so Mama Drama, and then Queen of Disaster by Lana Del Rey. I do want to say, I don't know if this is like, this was the thing, and then Spirit showed me a lot of things. Like, I don't know if you've been, or before, like, you were really struggling with your mental health. That's kind of how this felt, and like, or you were kind of dealing with somebody who is really struggling with their mental health, like maybe a family member. I got mother. Mother was very specific, but also it could just be like someone really close to you, or yourself. So before we even got into the cards. So. And then the Queen of Disaster song might be kind of like the energy you're heading into. She's like, or where what you used to do, like you used to make kind of bad decisions. Bad decisions. Oh! Oh my god, okay. This is interesting already. Oh yay, I'm so happy. Okay, hang on. Oh, wow, a lot of these turned over. They gave me 2 more than the other pile. Oh, this is great. Okay. Or you know what? I think it's like, for some of you, it's gonna be, there was a romantic relationship or like some kind of really close relationship that like, I almost feel like victim mentality, like this person used to honestly, or you used to make really bad decisions. I think they're talking about you. You made really bad decisions and like you paid for it for a long time. Okay. Pretty good. We have the Hangman reversed, the Sun at the back of the decks. So we have the Lovers reversed, 4 of Swords reversed, Strength, 7 of Pentacles, 10 of Wands, 7 of Swords reversed, Caballere de Cups, which is Knight of Cups, and then the Hierophant. And we have Ace of Wands and 6 of Pentacles. Yeah, I feel like if you are really struggling with your mental health, I feel like you've done so much. Like there was definitely like a breakdown. There was a breakdown, like kind of like a tower moment, or you hit rock bottom, and that kind of, maybe you were even like in like a rehab facility to help with that for a while. Not for everybody, but could be. But I feel like you've really been putting in so much work to help yourself, and I feel like, I think you're coming out of an old chapter where like you used to honestly pick people that were really bad for you, and that would get you into like crazy situations. We'll just say that. And I feel like now you really have taken charge of your life, and you're gonna be seeing more of the fruits of that. Like I feel like your intuition's on point. You really like are in a very good place, but I also feel like, I don't know if this is like fresh energy that's coming in, but I almost feel like for some of you it could have been that you lost a lover. Yeah, like this cycle kind of started because you lost somebody close to you. Like I do feel like when I say lost, this was like a death, like untimely. Could have been like something you knew about ahead of time, but it does feel like suddenly, because I also like inside and then now I feel like a little anxiety. Whew. And I feel like I almost feel like this person is sending you somebody new soon. But I think maybe you went off the rails a little bit around this time. It's like I said, it's going to be a little bit different for everybody, but I do feel like for some of you, this is why you went through hell, honestly. But I'm so happy that we have the Sun at the back of the deck. Like, I love that. Or if you lost somebody, it could have been that somebody left you and you kind of spiraled after that. But I feel like for those of you that that's the case, like, Spirit's saying, like, honestly, that person was no good for you. Truthfully, that person was, because I want to say, like, you guys might have even eloped. Like, for some of you, you might have eloped, and then all of a sudden this person just, like, up and left one day, no warning, and, like, you were devastated. But I feel like that person was really bad for you. Ooh, Six of Swords reversed. So interesting. It's so hot out here, guys. Six of Swords reversed. We'll see. The Devil reversed. Oh, this is good. Let go of control issues. Allow the situation to unfold naturally. Fifth house, passion. Thicket of Thorns, uncertainty. The Rancher, I will nurture others and watch them grow. For some of you, like, you could be becoming a parent, or you had a child with this person, because there's, like, a theme here of, like, yeah. Let's see, perfect timing. This is the right time for you to move forward. Or maybe you might be questioning if you are a parent and you are trying. I celebrate all the greatness of my life. I think, like, if you have lost a lover, I mean, either way, Spirit wants you to be happy. And I think, honestly, I almost feel like this person, like wanted you to be here today to hear this message, like, through me. Like, I want you to be happy. I want you to be happy. You deserve to be happy. You deserve to have somebody to care for you the way that you care for other people and have tried to care for other people in the past. And I feel like this is a huge cycle that you're like closing out right now. Like, oh my goodness. You might even be like pregnant with a new person and like you feel guilt over that, but I feel like no, like, and the way that things happened, whether this was like you lost somebody like untimely or somebody like ghosted you, this everything that happened was leading you to this person, to like this situation. And I think it's also like it is testing your faith a little bit, because I feel like when we say let go of control issues, I feel like that card gave me other symbolism of like being watched over by a loved one departed, but also for some of you it's just going to be like, maybe if you did get yourself into these bad relationships and like did indulge in these self-sabotaging behaviors, it's because like intuitively, because I feel like a lot of you are very intuitive. We have the Hierophant like before, like that's very intuitive energy. That's, like you, for some of you might have just graduated school. I just got that. But yeah, like, this is amazing, and oh my god, I just lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, and like sometimes, like when we don't know any better and we indulge in these self-sabotaging behaviors, it's because like deep down we already know the outcome, so that feels safer. Like, even if we are in denial on the surface, like knowing, oh, this person's no good for me, it's not going to work out, knowing the outcome, even if it's just like intuitively, even if we're ignoring it, feels safer than being vulnerable and opening ourselves up to the unknown, whether that's a new relationship, whether that's a healthy relationship, whether that's just like being alone for a while. And I feel like you really have moved through this and like poured into yourself. You cupped a bag, like you really have done so well, and you deserve to move forward. It doesn't mean that it doesn't mean that there wasn't a special place for this other person. Ooh, I'm feeling like my heart chakra. It doesn't mean that like you know, like you weren't supposed to experience what you experienced. Like there is a special place for this person, like in your past, even in your heart. But you know, I think to an extent, like I said, it's just bringing me back to like things always go how they need to go, and that's really where you're at now. Like there's so much coming. If you don't have a child, I feel like could be that I'm not a doctor, I gotta say that. I would think about setting yourself up or talking to your partner and seeing if you guys can like set yourself up for like postpartum therapy if like your mental health has been something you've severely struggled with. Even if you haven't, I just think that it would be a really good idea for you. For both of you even. If they want to go into therapy too. It doesn't matter, like obviously you might be a woman if you're pregnant, but if you're a man watching this, maybe your partner will be soon. And it's taking you through themes of like, I think parenthood always makes us, not that I am a parent, but like just that's the vibe I get. It just makes us reflect on a whole different level if we're open to it. Because it's like we kind of evaluate like how we were brought up, if we felt like we got what we needed. I feel like it forces us to look at that, and I think you're gonna do a really damn good job of not repeating your parents' mistakes. I don't know why I want to say that, but well, pile 3, I'm very excited for you, and thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment down below how this unfolds. I would love to hear it. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Have an amazing morning, afternoon, evening, whenever you're watching. And I hope to see you really soon. Hi, pile 4. Welcome to a big shift is coming. I'm going to leave it pretty open so Spirit can bring through whatever they feel like is necessary. But my intention behind this is also like, might go through kind of like the era you're coming out of or where you are now, and you know, kind of what to expect in this next chapter of your life. So I was hearing before I cleared the energy about iambic pentameter, so I don't know if you write or if you're like a big Shakespeare fan. Alright, so it got me into pile 4. A huge shift that's coming for them. Oh. If it's too similar to pile 3, I'm not gonna take it, but I feel like that was like straight up. I feel like we need to take this one. Got Queen of Wands at the back. Ace of Wands, the Hierophant, Knight of Cups reversed, the Fool reversed, 10 of Swords, King of Pentacles, the Devil reversed, 5 of Wands, very interesting. I want to start this by saying you always knew that you would get to this point. Everybody in every pile today, it's just very intuitive. But like, I feel like you know, like you're like a master manifestor, like you know. And I feel like you maybe emotionally, like in the past, like you kind of stayed too long in situations, and it doesn't matter if it was like relationships, business, jobs, school, whatever, like situations that like weren't serving you, because I think like you feel so deeply that it would be like self-sacrifice, and it was like you breaking your own heart. But I feel like now it's like you're coming into an era where it's like you're weeding out all the bullshit. You're weeding out all the bullshit. You're attracting like material abundance, stability, maybe even a partner that exemplifies those traits, because you yourself now, like I feel like you've gotten rid of like your bad habits, addictions, things like that. But I do feel like kind of being on the precipice and the edge of all this is like been like making you feel a little like tumultuous inside lately. Definitely. And like has been messing with your mental health a little bit. I think it's really like mostly anxiety. Like I think you've been struggling with that, but I think things are really about to change. Really about to change. The Star, Queen of Swords. You've mastered discernment. I love that for you. Religious factors. Your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. Could even be that you broke away from like a toxic like family dynamic, that maybe like your family, they were like super religious and they were like very extreme about it, and like maybe you're more like new age spiritual, or like you just have different beliefs. I just saw 555. There's a huge change coming for you. Honestly, when I first opened up to this pile, I felt like you guys could be like a tarot reader yourself, or like an astrologer. Like you guys kind of do like what I do. I'm getting like witchy energy from this pile. I mean, look too, Queen of Wands, she's dressed like a witch. Pisces, sensitize. I heard monetizing your gifts. Maybe you've been afraid up until this point too, like of judgment. But I feel like you've really healed from like a lot of those limiting beliefs or setbacks. Wolf spirit family. You see that? What was that? The shapeshifter. I will get to know my true self and be comfortable with who I am. Yeah. You might have had to leave home at some point because of how toxic things got. Daughter. This is like inner child stuff. Definitely like inner child stuff. Okay. I think right now too, maybe you're changing some of your habits. Like I'm just feeling like fitness is gonna be a big theme for you, or like health and fitness is gonna be a big theme for you in this next chapter, which I think is so interesting. And also like I said, when I said before, like breaking away from addictions, that doesn't have to be like drugs. It could be like, you know, like letting yourself procrastinate, getting distracted, and like that's why you end up procrastinating, or like wanting to do all these things but just sitting on your phone scrolling all the time, like, and instead of that you're really putting your energy into more intentional things. Like I don't know, there's just like something about like how you look or how you used to express yourself that like you were like afraid to express yourself. Like maybe, for example, like maybe you grew up in like a very like conservative household, but you're like, I'm getting like Gemini energy in the sense of like spunk, like bright colors, interesting outfits, like just maybe that's something you always wanted, or like was like used to get made fun of, or like just never had the courage to like set out and do. But it's like expressing yourself like that boldly, like, you know, like really taking your power back and like taking care of yourself and putting your best foot forward, and understanding that like I almost feel like spirit is gonna send you like chosen family, like soul tribe members, could be in friends, could be a partner, could be even children eventually, if that's something that you want. But I also, there, like I said, there's a huge theme here of like, I think weight loss even, like that kind of journey. And I don't mean it, like I'm not trying to like put that on anybody. It's just like shapeshifter. Sometimes when I see that card, that's one of the interpretations of it. And then we also have the when I move my body. I also think this is just really good for your mental health. Really, really good for your mental health. And I think you're also being encouraged. You know, I think you are dealing with a lot of anxiety because there is a lot of change at hand. You might have been seeing 555 a lot recently, like everywhere you look pretty much. And you can even sense this. I know you can. I mean, like, but there's a lot about to shift. Like, I literally, the energy feels like it's just like building, something's built, but I also feel like just being like thrown across the room, like that kind of like big of a shift. But like this is something that is really good for you, really, really good for you. Could be there's a lot of themes coming up for you like around these things because you have a daughter, or even like in relation to like your parent. You might want to check out pile 3. There might be something in there for you. Maybe not the whole thing, but there might be something in there for you. Yeah, it could even be that you're like getting married soon. If that's, like I said, if that's what you want. And I think you're also learning, like this is just expression, even communication. Like saying what you mean, meaning what you say, standing on business, not feeling guilty anymore. Like really just letting yourself, I heard letting yourself just have it. Like just have your own back, like have the right to just express yourself, and just be human and not constantly feel like you need to perform, like just enjoying your life finally. Yeah. And like manifesting like big things for yourself pretty soon. Like I can feel that. Obviously, don't forget we have to meet spirit halfway and put in our side of the work, but I want to leave you with this. Even just showing up when you're having a bad day is more of an accomplishment than doing nothing. So just remember that when you're having a rough day. But I love you. Thank you for coming. Drop me a like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already. And I hope you have an amazing morning, afternoon, evening, whenever, wherever you're watching this. And I will see you in the next one. I love you. Thanks for coming. Bye.